Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with home fragrance empties. So this is all of the home fragrance that I went through this last week. This includes Scentsy as well as vendor wax. So let's start with Scentsy. I am a Scentsy consultant. My website is always linked down below if you are ever interested in purchasing any Scentsy, or my contact information is down there. Please feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. Went through a couple of scent circles in my car. I can hold them. Black Tie Affair from last year's Father's Day collection, and then Peace Lily Be With You. This one I got pretty much no throw from at all. This one was such a disappointment, but Black Tie Affair I enjoyed. I like the scent a lot. The Father's Day collections, you guys, wow, they really, I feel like Scentsy really does a good job on those. Then I went through two of April's scent of the month, I believe, and that is Keep On Blooming. So I did one bar in my kitchen and one bar in my living room. Oh, you guys, I don't have the notes on this one, but this is a strong floral. Very, very floral. It was pretty and I enjoyed it. It was a great performer, but it was a little too floral for me. It was nothing that I was, smelling in the house and being like, ooh, I need more of that. Nothing like that. The major floral lovers though are going to just die over this scent. This is a definite floral lover favorite fragrance. But for me, it was just a little bit too much. So not one I'm going to get any more of. I'm going to do these together because I melted them together. And to be honest with you, they smelled pretty similar in open space. So I did the green bar from the Chase Rainbows collection. I'm pretty sure Christine sent me this bar, so a huge thank you to her. And then at the same time, I also did the Disgust Turning Green bar. So this one is a little more green, as in like fresh grass green. And this one was a little bit sweeter, more like a candy green type of fragrance, like a green apple scent. Both of these were really compatible though, and I kind of just put them all throughout the open concept one day. Couldn't really tell you the difference between them two. I felt like they blended together well. It just made for a very nice fresh scent throughout my open space. Neither of them I would look to get again, but I enjoyed this combination. One day I did a big citrus mix, so I pulled out 4 bars that all kind of had a similar theme to them, and I put it throughout the entire house. So I went through a Ruby Nectarine. You guys know how much I love this bar. Natalie got me hooked on this scent. This is such a beautiful fragrance. This one has notes of nectarine, apple, and pear blossom. This one isn't too citrusy to me. This one definitely leans more fresh apple, like a juicy, crunchy, fresh apple. Love this one so much. From the Willy Wonka collection, was this last summer that this collection was out? I used up my bar of Everlasting Gobstopper. This one was not for me. This is Orange Pop, Sugar, and Tangerine. This one is very candied orange. Definitely get that orange pop. Perfect for the summertime though, and I think it blended well with the other bars that I had going throughout the house, but I'm not a huge orange fan. I don't really search for orange scents too often. There's only like one orange scent that I really, really love, and that's in vendor wax. So not one that I would get again if it ever comes back. Strawberries and Sunshine from the recent Mother's Day collection. This was one of my least favorite bars in that collection. I think I would say it was my least favorite, just because I felt like this bar is misleading. I wanted strawberry and woods based on the name, based on the notes in this bar, but this one's very citrusy heavy, very fresh, bright, kind of tangerine citrus. If you like citrus things, you probably would really enjoy this bar, but because of that, it wasn't for me. And then lastly from Scentsy, and kind of the citrus little concoction I did that one day, we have Sunshine Mango. This is red mango, pineapple, and orange. This one, wasn't it like a scent of the month last year, and then they brought it back to the catalog this year, I want to say. This one is really pretty. This to me smells like the mango as well as the mango skin. Like you're cutting up a mango, but you haven't peeled the skin of it back. Kind of get that green mango skin note as well as the fruit. I enjoyed this one. I would potentially get more of that. That is everything for Scentsy. Then we will dive into vendor wax. Let's start with the Candle Nurse. I have one from the Candle Nurse, and that is Aquaman D. Now, I had heard a lot about this one, but I had never melted it. This is Vanilla Bean Noel, Fire Roasted Marshmallows, Salty Sea Air, and Roasted Pine Cones. I've loved this. This was so good. This was like a medium performer. It was a 6-bunt bag. I did 3 bunts in this room and then 3 bunts in my master bedroom. Loved it. I think the reason I love this so much is that this is very salty sea air heavy. I got a lot of salty sea air on warm. You get some of the fire roasted marshmallow and like those vanilla scents underneath that, but very salty sea air prominent. And yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Like case, I went through a few samples as well as some clams. So a sample in Baby Fresh. This is like a baby powder, baby lotion type of scent. I really, really liked this. I never used to like scents like this, and it's not a fragrance profile that I would sit here and be like, oh yeah, I love that type of fragrance, but there was something so fresh and clean about this, and it wasn't too powdery. It was very calming and soothing. This is perfect for a bedroom or for a bathroom. Really freshened up the space. Definitely would pick up Baby Fresh. And then a sample of Wisteria Garden. This looks like it's maybe a customer creation. This one has notes of blooming tulips, lemon petals, English rain, and rosewood. So this one was definitely like a sweet floral fragrance. I enjoyed it. It leaned a little bit more floral than I would probably appreciate, you know, so I don't think that I would pick this one up per se, but I enjoyed it while I had it, and it was a good performer. Clamshells. I went through 2 clamshells of this customer creation in Butter Your Beach Buns. So this is a new scent to her line. I recently just did a video where I'm talking about Almond Croissant from Scentsy, and that Carla from K's did a dupe of it. And so when I went on to the website to purchase that scent, she also had Butter Your Beach Buns on there. And I thought, this sounds so good. I have to see what this is about. And this has notes of beach nights and apple butter frosting. So apple butter frosting is her version of Scentsy's apple butter frosting. If you're familiar with that scent, it is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. This was really good. To me, this was mainly the apple butter frosting, but you got a creaminess to this. It was not as spicy maybe, or just as strong as the apple butter frosting would have been. The Beach Nights, I definitely think, added a creaminess to this. Really, really good. Definitely one that I would get again. Glacier Mist. This is a Mountain Rain, Frozen Lake, and Lavender Sea. I melted this in my bedroom. You guys, this was so pretty. If you like rain, if you like fresh, aquatic type scents. This is that fragrance, fresh aquatic rain. It is so good. Oh, wow. Another new scent. It looks like it's a customer creation. Really loved it. Not sure what Lavender Sea is, but I can't say that that scent was like overly lavender or anything. And then last we have a Seaside Bakery. This is Natalie's creation. So a big thank you to Natalie for making this scent. I've heard her talk about this for so long and I had just never tried it. Zucchini bread, blue sugar, wood sage, and sea salt. This was so good. I didn't know what to expect because wood sage and sea salt, I want to say that's a perfume type, right? Is that like a Jo Malone type? This is the most beautiful zucchini bread scent I think I've ever tried. The zucchini bread, in my opinion, is the strongest note, but then you get the sweet blue sugar. I don't really know what wood sage and sea salt smells like to be able to say, yeah, that smells like wood sage and sea salt. But just the combination of the zucchini bread, the blue sugar, oh my gosh, that was gorgeous. Natalie, bravo. And I'm so happy that I was finally able to try that scent. Then we have Super Tarts. I finished off a brick, which is her like naked clamshells in Noir. So this one is Jaws mixed with blackberry. Really pretty fragrance. I've gone through many of these. It used to be called Brody's Bounty, I believe. The one qualm I have with this one in particular is that I don't feel like the blackberry comes out very much. I really just get the Jaws. I love Jaws. It's one of my absolute favorite, all-time favorite scents. However, if I'm getting a scent that's Jaws and blackberry or Jaws and whatever, I do want to be able to smell whatever that additional note is. And with this one, I just wasn't really able to. Melted this brick in my kitchen though. Loved smelling Jaws and the freshness, and I love that scent so much. So great day. Loved every second of melting this. I just wish that I would have picked up more of the blackberry. And then I melted this one, which is new to me. This was from her Advent Calendar pre-order, so I haven't had this one very long. And this is Sea Glass. Definitely wanted to try to melt some of these this summer and not let them sit until next summer. Pink Chiffon, Fresh Ozone, Lily of the Valley, Champagne Toast, and Cashmere and Amber. I didn't really get too much from this. This was a very light performer. For Super Tarts, that's very abnormal for me. I get really great performance with Super Tarts, but I didn't get great performance with this one. Maybe it needed to sit a little bit longer. I don't know. That being said, I wasn't the biggest fan of this scent on cold. I don't know if it was like the amber mixing with the Lily of the Valley or what it was, but something just didn't quite set right with me with this scent. So maybe it was a good thing that I couldn't smell it. And that's interesting because normally if it's a scent that I don't really care for, I can smell it very strongly on warm, but that was not the case with Sea Glass. So I would not get that one again. And then the last vendor we have is Second and Spruce. Haven't melted any Teddy Bees this week because I was kind of focused a little bit on Second and Spruce. So she sent 2 different samples with the latest pre-order, the one that was the Emerald City, like Wizard of Oz collection. The first one that she sent to me was Beach Party. So this is her beach nights type. Toasted marshmallow, sea salt breeze, and s'mores. So I've had her Beach Party in many various blends, but I had never had it on its own. And it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's a nice creamy beach nights. I would get this on its own in a large quantity and just enjoy for the whole summer because it's a great scent. Then she sent Saltwater Shore Shop. This is cherry slushy, pink lemonade, saltwater taffy, and cotton candy. So I put this scent in my third bedroom over here and closed the door. You guys, this went for a week before I took this out of the warmers and changed it. This was a powerhouse, and it just kept going and going and going. And every time I go in there thinking like, is it dead yet? And I would just get that beautiful cherry slushy scent. I was like, okay, we're gonna leave it in. And so I did not take it out until I opened the door and I couldn't smell anything anymore. This really is a cherry slushy, popsicle, that type of overly fruity popsicle syrupy type of fragrance that you just crave in the middle of summer. Perfect for that. Not sure if it's one that I would pick any more up of, but it was really enjoyable. Again, a good heat of the summer type of scent, and obviously a fantastic performer. Then I melted through a mini loaf in Magic Whip. This is one that was in the Summer 11 sampler that she did last summer, and I have all of these. I hadn't melted yet, and so I'm on a mission to melt them soon because I don't want them to get too old and I want to enjoy them. This one is pineapple whip, orange creamsicle, coconut milk, lemon sugar, and waffle cone crumbles. So this was for July of 2024. I chopped up this mini loaf and did it throughout the whole open concept, and it was a powerhouse. Very, very strong. Went into the next day. The next day, even though I could still smell it, I did end up changing my warmers out because I just wasn't the biggest fan of this scent. Not that it wasn't good. It was a good fragrance, but this was very orange heavy. It made me think a lot of orange juice. And since I'm not a huge fan of that fragrance, just after a full day of smelling it, I was just ready for something else. A lot of people really love this scent. If you like pineapple, if you like orange, perfect for a hot summer day. Really, really nice. Just not one that I personally need any more of. Finish off a sample of hers, which honestly, these samples, I chop these into like 3 or 4 pieces depending on the scent. So this is like a whole wax melt to me. This one is She Sells Seashells. And I'm glad to be done with this scent because every time I talk about it, I have to really think about my pronunciation. Fresh ozone, sea breeze, ocean waters, and a hint of coconut. That's exactly what this is. To me, it's a coconut heavy kind of ocean air fragrance. Very beautiful. I like this one a lot. If she offered this again, I would get it. You definitely have to like coconut and those nice aquatic fragrances. And then lastly, I'm melting this today and absolutely am loving life. This is self-care season. So this is Mermaids in Montauk blended with lavender and sweet mallow cookies. So it's rosemary mint, toasted mallow, salty sea air, lavender, and sweet mallow cookies. You guys, I love her Mermaids in Montauk so much. I love that rosemary mint mixed with the salty sea air. It is gorgeous. And that's what I feel like I really get predominantly in this clam. I don't know if I'm getting a ton of lavender, sweet mallow cookies, etc. But I'm definitely getting the rosemary mint. So I took this clamshell and I split just 1 cube and I put it into 6 warmers, 3 in the wax room, 3 in my bedroom. It's not only scenting this space really nicely, but it's taking over the hallway as well. So a very strong scent. Love this. I think if I had to choose, I would get Mermaids in Montauk over this, but if this was available and Mermaids in Montauk wasn't, I would get this. No question, it is beautiful. Okay, that is it. Those are my empties for the last week, both Scentsy as well as Vendor Wax. Hope you guys are having a really great week. Things are good here. Starting to get hot and it will not stop raining like always. Feels like we've had quite a rainy season this year. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.